Member for Lac-La-Biche-St. Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The provincial government is trying to build a school on a swamp in the community of Two Hills, and the project has been delayed for years as a result. The ground is saturated, there are barely 3 walls up, and those are starting to crumble. The project has had issues with mud, water, and methane gas. This is all because the previous government decided to build on an artesian well, and this current NDP government is not making any better decisions. The community has suggested a better site for this school. Mr. Minister, will you listen to the community, cut bait, and change the location?
Thank you very much for the question from the honourable member. I did meet with the honourable member, and I did investigate this issue at his request. And I can tell him that the site was not ideal, and the problems have been mitigated. The costs to complete the school will be $25.5 million on the current location. That's nearly $10 million more than originally budgeted. The cost to move the school to the other location would be in excess of $35 million, and that does not include land. There is no guarantee that the new site will be safe.
Mr. Speaker, this has turned into an expensive embarrassment for the government. And worst of all, our students and families aren't even close to having a school that they were promised in 2010.
Shame.
The minister has had some time to settle into his new role, and now we deserve some answers. Can the minister explain why none of the high-paid bureaucrats did a proper assessment of this land before they started building on it, and why they now refuse to admit they made a mistake? Why is the bureaucracy insisting on going ahead with an unsafe build?
Mr. Speaker, this is not an unsafe building. It was not an ideal site. However, the groundwater and methane issues have been dealt with. This will be a safe school, and it would cause about a 3-year delay potentially to start over on a new site. That site is on private land, has not been acquired. No land has been publicly made available by the school board or the municipality. So those land costs would be in addition to the $35 million to move the site.
Mr. Speaker, we all know if you're in a hole, stop digging, especially if it's a wet one. This project is already years behind schedule and $10 million over budget. And all the government has to show is 3 gymnasium concrete walls and a 10% failure rate of the foundation pilings currently in place. The last government made a mistake in choosing this site. To the minister, why are you doubling down and making the problem worse without regard for the safety and concerns of the community?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister, I wonder if you could make your comments to the Speaker, please.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. I think I've answered the question. I don't think the member's hearing me. This was not an ideal site. It's now $10 million over budget. But if we move to the other site you're suggesting, it's an additional $10 million over and above that, plus the costs of the land, and we don't know if that land will be any different in terms of its geology. It's a very high water table there, so there's no guarantee that the next site will be any better than this one.